All right, I want to thank y'all for tuning in the video today. Today I'm here at Victoria Dodge here in Victoria, Texas, y'all. And we are looking at some Ram Rebels. And today we're going to talk about three Rebels that I've got right here. We've got the Rebel 2500 with a 6.4 gas. We've got the Rebel 1500 with the standard output Hurricane engine. And we've got the Rebel 2500 with the Cummins. So what we're going to do today, we're going to look at these window stickers and we're going to talk about some of the differences between each one of these trucks. So okay, now one of the things I want to show you is, of course, this is the Cummins one here, and Rebel has the nice stitching, y'all, and y'all know with the Rebels you get the axle locks, but really nice truck. These trucks have good price points. Let's take a look. This half ton actually has like a kind of a reddish accent. I'll show y'all, it's a little bit different. I haven't seen this before, but I really like this. It's kind of a red tone to it, and you can see that red tone here in the back of this mesh. Very comfortable seats. As you can see, y'all, this one here, it's got this one, the half ton that I'm looking at today, has adaptive cruise. You know, it's a really nice truck, and the sticker on this one is 68,315, y'all. Okay, now let's go over here. Let's look at the 6.4. Let's see what it has. Okay, y'all, we have adaptive cruise in this one, so it's a higher technology group. 6.4 gas, 2500, 74,155, y'all. And the thing I like about the 6.4 gas is, sorry the sun's in your eye on this, but just listen to the startup on this one, y'all. I mean, that 6.4 is a beast. Really nice engine, sounds good. Good tone and a good price point. You know, if you're not looking for a diesel, you know, you're going to be cheaper on fuel, cheaper on maintenances, and of course a cheaper window sticker. Now these are off. This is not what you're going to pay for it, okay? These are significantly off. You just need to call up here to get a price on them. But y'all, this truck with a 6.4 would probably be my choice today if I was purchasing this truck, because that's just lower maintenance on the 6.4. The 6.4 Hemi is a really good engine, and I mean, it's got a good tone and it runs. I mean, it just runs really well. It's not gonna get the mileage the diesel is though. You know, when you compare the diesel, which straight over here, we'll go back and look at this window sticker. You got the new 8-speed with the Cummins, so you've got some upgrades there. Of course, your sticker is 90,255. And y'all, the difference in these trucks, you know, your diesel's gonna get a little bit better mileage, fuel economy, but still really nice. You can see here you got your axle lock, four-wheel drive controls. You know, so a lot to think about when you're making the decision between each one of these. Now, one of the things we're going to look at is payload, right? Because we have two of the exact same trucks here, okay? You would think, well, the diesel's going to have more payload, and the diesel's a heavier engine. So this truck has a, my eyesight's really bad, I think that's a 2,033 pound payload. Let's go look at the gas. So if you're picking up a pallet of towel, or you're picking up, you know, construction stuff, what's going to handle more weight, right? These Rebels have a little bit more of an off-road suspension, so the payload is going to be a little bit less. 2796. So y'all, there's about 600 to 700 pounds, and that's the weight of the engine. That's really all it is. But can you haul more in the bed of this truck? Absolutely, with the 6.4, okay? Since we're looking at payloads, we'll go ahead and take a look at this half ton. We'll add it to the comparison. Payload on the 1500, 1469. So I just really like this red accent on this truck. Really nice. I think the back seats even have it. Yeah, you can see the red accent on the inside of that. You got the fold down here in the center. Okay, y'all, so I'm in the 1500 Rebel right now, and like I said, this one has adaptive cruise, and y'all, this truck rides amazing. And the one thing I really like about the Rebels is the stock tires they put on them actually look really good, and they don't make a lot of road noise. They're a pretty quiet tire. But overall, this truck is really nice truck. I have the Hurricane in the RHO, and y'all, I really like my Hurricane in RHO. It's been a good engine. I've got 22,500 miles on it as of this morning. I'm actually getting my 4th oil change done on it right now. But y'all, this 1500 Rebel is a good buy. And you know, I think if it got to the HD, we're gonna go get in those two real quick. I'll talk to you about the HDs. But anyway, if you're looking for a Rebel 1500, give these guys here, Victoria Dodge, a call. I've got to back this thing in the parking spot. And all right, y'all, so I've got both these trucks head to head, y'all. Gas, diesel, both of them have clearance lights, everything. And I think, you know, if you look at these trucks, one sticker's for 90, one sticker's for 74. Now, y'all, that's not what these trucks cost. You can call up here and get you a price. I would bet, just me guessing, and I'm not talking to them, y'all, but I would bet these trucks are somewhere between 8 and 10 off. You know, that's gonna put this Rebel 6.4 gas probably in the, you know, 65, 66 range, something like that, 67 maybe. And to get this much truck for that price, and y'all, just the gas truck for me, you know, if you're doing a lot of towing and you're gonna pull an RV or do something like that, then yeah, I would definitely probably shift more towards the diesel. But in my personal opinion, and like I said, it's got to be what's right for you. You got to drive both of them. The Cummins is a great engine. I love the diesels. I've always had the diesel HDs. These gas have just gotten so dependable that it's really opened up an option that you can look at. They hold their value pretty decent and they run pretty good. So now they do eat some fuel, so that's another thing you've got to consider, where the diesel's going to sip the fuel, you know. So things you got to consider between the two trucks. But y'all, you know, what's it, $12,000-$15,000 difference between the two stickers, y'all, for the same truck, diesel versus gas. And I think the wheels, these Goodyear Duratrax that they have on these trucks, I think is just a really nice setup, something you don't really have to do a lot to, and they ride, you know, being a 2500. And the other thing we'll talk about in the Ram, you know, in a 3/4 ton segment, this is one of the only trucks that's going to give you a coil spring rear end. Okay, now if you need that extra, what, 600-700 pounds of payload, you're going to haul heavy stuff in the bed, the gas is going to give you that, where the diesel won't. Okay, but the ride quality you'll get out of these 2500s is better than pretty much any HD on the market, y'all. I mean, it just, the suspension, the coil springs, these trucks are a different animal. So if you haven't driven a Rebel, go test drive it, because I think you'll be impressed on the ride. So if you're really looking for, you know, an HD truck with like a half-ton ride, this is what you're gonna be looking for right here. And you don't see a lot about these Rebels online, but you need to go drive it. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Samko, Jason Samko. I'll put his YouTube channel on a link up here so you can go check it out, because he owns one. He's a YouTuber that we talk to often, and you can go watch his videos. And he actually works his, you know, he uses it every day. He's in the swamp, he's out in the mud. I mean, this is not a guy that drives around a pavement princess. So go check his channel out, put a link right here. If this video helped you any at all, please hit that like and subscribe, y'all. Rebel Rams, go drive one. And if you're in Victoria, in Victoria Dodge, I will catch you on the next video.